Hi, it's Michael from Michael's Flower Garden. The only way to get your flowers FedExed overnight. I'm the only one who FedExes them overnight. Let me say about FedExing overnight. Usually a box of flowers like this would cost you about $185 to FedEx overnight. I have a special relationship with FedEx because I belong to the California Growers Association. I'm promoting American product. So we get about 85% off. So it's affordable. And you get the flowers cut, shipped, and boxed right from the farms to you. Best farms and wholesalers in America. You cannot go wrong. This is why my flowers last for weeks. You also get a bottle of my magic spray that you spray on your flowers that seals in the moisture. That will help them last for a long time. So you've ordered from Michael's Flower Garden and you received your box of flowers. You open up and there's full bunches in there. What do you do now? First thing you want to do is take out your bunches. If they're in a wrapper like this, leave them wrapped. Take your clippers and just cut the bottom. Yes, on an angle is better for flowers. Cut the bottom and put them in warm water for an hour and a half. These are called perconas. They use them in the flower business. Stand them up like that. Here's some stock, beautiful stock. And I'm going to cut on an angle and place in the water. Oh, flying stems. Like that. I'm even going to cut all my greenery. Look at all these flowers that came in this box. Big full bunches with tutorials on how to design when you're done. So I got my grevillea. This is called grevillea. I love it. Beautiful grevillea. And then what else did I get? I've gotten you get greens and several types of flowers and fillers. I call it main dish, side dish, dessert. When you're designing, you want a prominent, important flower, you want backup flowers, and you want a filler in greenery. So here is a full bunch. This is waxflower, very fragrant. Will fill your whole house up with fragrance. This retails for about $30 a bunch. Dip some wax, and the last flower I received looks like 12. There's actually 25 full roses in here. Keep the wrapper on. I'm going to explain to you why. Leave the wrapper on these flowers when you get them. So I have cut all the flowers that arrived in my box. There's well over $100 worth of flowers here, and you paid a lot less to get them to your house. There's 25 roses alone. This is worth, premium rose is $3. This is worth $75 alone. This is another $25. That's $100 right here, plus all of the rest for under $100. So you got your box, you clipped your flowers, put them in water, let them sit there for an hour and a half, put them in warm water. Anytime you want a flower to open quicker, you put it in hot water, like shower temperature hot. So let's go forward, fast in time. Now you've got your roses. You're going to open up this wrapper after about an hour and a half. You're going to pull it off, and you have a built-in rose stripper. Take this wrap and pull it down, and see that corrugated side? This is flat, this is corrugated. You're going to make a mitt, like a baseball mitt. And when you pull your roses out, you're going to wrap this bit around it, pull straight down, and you're going to clean off your roses before you start designing. You're going to knock off the tip of the thorn. Don't remove the thorn. The thorns are still on there, but now it doesn't hurt so much. So that's what you're doing. You're removing the very tip of the thorns, and you're removing the foliage below the water line. Do not strip them way up here. Here's another point. You hold it by the first breakers where the first set of leaves comes out. Hold it straight up and down, about 2/3 of the way up, and you pull down and remove the foliage and the very tip of the thorn. Look at these roses. Right into that camera. Aren't they beautiful? They're like a double petaled, peachy, creamy surprise. So you can take all your flowers, you're going to clean them off. What else? If you have some stock, you can take your stock, and I usually do it with my hand. You can just strip these with your hand. So all your flowers, you're basically going to clean below the suspected water line, which is about here. You don't want to remove all the leaves. The more leaves you remove, the more you open up the bark for air to get in. That's why to remove the foliage below the water line. But this thing that comes wrapped in for your roses, your automatic rose strip, if you don't own a rose stripper. Then you're going to start designing. So Michael's Flower Garden, the best, unbelievable flowers, chopped FedExed from California, from the best farms and wholesalers in America, and FedExed overnight to you. Try a bunch and then sit there, and 2 weeks later, when your flowers still look good, you'll be like, oh my God, this Michael's Flower Garden thing is the bomb. All of this, enough to do 3, 4, 5 arrangements, depending how big you want to do them, for around $100. They start at $60 and go about $60 and go up to what I call, I have Michael's Collection at $150. Oops, and I have Fill the House for $250. Fill the House, you get about, in retail, probably $700 worth, $800 worth of flowers. You can have flowers throughout your whole house. Yes, this is the way to buy flowers now from Michael's Flower Garden. FedEx shipped overnight with a bottle of my secret sauce that you spray on your flowers to keep them going for 2 or 3 days. What are the 5 tips for keeping your flowers alive? Number 1, get good flowers. Number 2, when you design, put a couple of drops of bleach in the water to stop the bacteria from shutting down the drinking straw. Number 3, spray with my secret sauce. Number 4, cut a couple inches off every 2 or 3 weeks. And number 5, when they're starting to fade, submerge the whole flower underwater. This way or this way, preferably this way. Put a pan on top because they tend to float, and leave it under there for about 2-3 hours. And you pull them out, and they'll be rehydrated and look like this. When they start to fade, a week later, put them underwater for 3 or 4 hours. It's a balloon. You'll blow up the balloon. Water is life, which is why your doctor tells you to drink 8 glasses of water a day. This is a balloon, and I'm filling it with water. So those are your tips for keeping your flowers alive for weeks, not 5 days. Most Americans say 5 days. Flowers in my house last, and I don't really baby them because I don't have time, 2 or 3 weeks. If I baby them, I can get certain flowers, I can get them to last 4 to 5 weeks. Wouldn't you buy more flowers if they lasted for 5 weeks in your house? Coming up, we're going to do a design with Flower Crazy, my invention from QVC that I sold on QVC, and is available at flowerschool101.com. I invented this on my kitchen table, and wrapped it in towels and clay, wrapped it in towels and took it to New York, and looked online and saw manufacturer, and I took a train to Long Island. Next thing I know, they're being made in Vietnam, and I'm going on QVC to sell. Flower Crazy, Flower Crazy, Flower Crazy. So stay tuned, we're going to do some designing in a minute. I'm Michael Gaffney, this is American School of Flower Design. I have locations around the country, 15 cities, and in Europe. And I can teach anyone how to produce spectacular flowers. Call me, go to the website. People are surprised I usually answer the phone. Or email me. But if you love flowers, if you want to be an artist, this can be your medium. If you want to be a designer, this is the way to go. If you want to show off to your friends, you should come to class. I can turn you a design star. The name of my first book right there. I have an author of 3 books as well. So, Flower School 101 or Michael's Flower Garden 101 or the Ultimate Online Floral Course. We have online or studio classes. Either way, you're going to come see me. And you're going to learn how to love flowers more and get them to last longer. So Michael Gaffney saying, keep blooming.